pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the Board of Supervisors meeting, June the 4th, 2024. Is there any changes to the agenda?
I have none.
Okay. Meet with department heads and elected officials. Sarah Doty, auditor.
Good morning. Election day was yesterday. It was a long day, but it was a very smooth running election. So thank you to all my staff, maintenance, all of you guys for dealing with my crazy lately. But it was a good day. So now we'll balance everything these next few days and get everything wrapped up. Listen.
What was the turnout, Sarah?
I'll have that for you. Well, I'll have to give you a copy of that.
Okay.
I don't have the percentage in front of me, but I'll have my canvas next week.
How about you, Colin? How's IT doing?
Just keeping busy like always, but don't really have anything new to report, so.
They didn't give you any problems last night, then, huh?
No.
That's good. Sheriff Glendinning?
Good morning. We've got plenty going on as well. Not really any major news for the board though this week. Our jail's at 88, 20 out of county, but that's because we were in the mid-90s yesterday. We took 5 up to Oakdale. Have another one going out here in the next couple days. Still a couple on that list, but we have room out there, so we'll get that out of county housing number hopefully down this week and see that trickle back downwards. We had the what we call the warrant roundup 2 weeks ago and then into last week, so it definitely had an influx in our jail. It's no secret now we're doing sex offender checks and just doing compliance checks. We do them throughout the year, but at this point, this week, we're just doing checking everybody, just making sure everything's in compliance. So with that comes some charges every now and then, so that also has the impact on numbers. That's about all we have going right now.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin.
Yep.
Rodney Blazer, maintenance?
Good morning. Just a lot of stuff going on, but nothing new to report this morning.
Nothing new to report, okay, thank you. We'll start in the back row. Chris Coyville, how's public health?
Good morning, we're doing good, we're keeping busy. The Board of Health is still working on the project for educating the community on vaping, so that's moving along. The building is moving along as well. They're doing concrete right now. They've got half that parking lot poured and it looks great. They're hoping that they'll get electricity to the building next week and be able to get those air conditioners up and running. And then they'll start the painting and the finishing work of the drywall inside, and then windows are getting put in, hopefully, today or tomorrow. So that'll help, because once they get that air conditioner up and running, they'll be able to get that humidity down, so. And then they're working on some flooring.
Still got a September move-in date?
That's still the plan,
Yeah.
is the move-in for September.
That's good. Thanks, Chris. Angie, how's the safety department doing?
Good morning, we're doing good. Don't really have anything new to report, just keeping busy.
Okay, thank you. Chris Lee, conservation?
So you know how back in the day, people raised chickens and they would butcher them themselves, and so you go and you grab a chicken, you chop its head off, and then you drop it, and it would just run around in circles? That's kind of how I feel. I was wondering where you're going with that. So we just had the jamboree, it was exciting, it rained, but we still had, I don't know, almost 300 people come out to that park. It just shows how much people love that event. It was a great day. It was a little soggy, but it was a good day. A lot of kids had a lot of fun. My father-in-law drives one of the shuttle buses, and he texted me and said, "Count me in for next year." He said, "This is so much fun to be picking up kids in the morning and see how excited they are, and then hear them screaming at the end of the day." So that was pretty cool, and huge kudos to Marcus Knack at our nature center. He was the spearhead that really kind of coordinates everything. That's
Who?
Marcus.
Oh, okay.
At our nature center. He kind of coordinates that whole effort and leads the volunteers that put that all on, and then big thanks to all the volunteers that make that happen. We have multiple projects going on at Big Hollow right now. The concrete contractor is in there. They are likely to be pouring concrete on some of the camp pads this week. We have 3 of the campsites in the existing RV park. I think it's 5, 11, and 12. I could be wrong on that. 5, 12, and 13, thanks. The paper knows. And so they're all tore up right now, and the grade work is done. They're gonna be pouring concrete on those, and then they're gonna be moving over to the beach and working on that. So there will be a time here in the next week or 2 that we'll be shutting the beach down in order to pour those. We are trying to put the finishing touches on the campground. I had really hoped to have opened it last weekend, just kind of as a soft opening, but emphasis would have been on soft. We just poured all that gravel, and it was really soft. And so we're gonna try to get a roller machine in there and try to pack that gravel down. Get at least the sites that are built opened up here very soon. I just talked to the contractor this morning that built those sediment ponds. He is now finished. He's gotta get his equipment out of there, but both of those ponds are built now. So that's exciting, and we'll just kind of capture the rain now comes every few days and get those filling up. And then on top of all that, it's summer, and the field team's busy just keeping things operating on top of all the projects we have going on. So it's a busy time for the folks in Parks and Conservation right now. And we have a board meeting tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your last is regional planning.
Land use is pretty much keeping busy as usual. We have one item on the agenda today. I really don't have anything else to report though.
Okay, thank you. Ryan Carter, secondary roads.
Good morning. Golf course road is open. I'm guessing most people have figured that out. Yeah, enjoy it for now. We're gonna close Upper Flint next week. So, glad I could rain on that parade shortly after. So, that bridge contractor reached out to us, and they were looking at starting early next week. So we haven't done a press release yet. We were hoping to maybe get more of an exact day, but even if we don't, we'll do a press release, and I'll send some letters out to those immediate residents right there, and otherwise everybody else will figure their way around. Everybody knows how to deal with that. We've done that paving project 2 years in the last recent time period, so that's probably just like 99, which is, I might add, on the far north end of 99 is also closed. That exact same thing. It's a bridge, same contractor. So it sounds like we're gonna have 2 crews working on bridges at the same time, which is great. Get them both moving along. They're both, I would say, roughly 4-month projects. So that can obviously vary depending on weather and just how things go. But the bridge on 99 is actually mostly demoed at this point. They're still taking some steel out, doing some cleanup, but and they have to demo the abutments, so there's still work to be done. But so anyway, plenty of stuff going on, and it's good to see that progress. And so I want to mention that, and there is a little bit of work on golf courses still to do. There's a little bit of seating touch up and stuff like that, and then hopefully tomorrow. Our dust control contractor may be back in tomorrow to put dust control on the detour route up along that's for the Highway 99 bridge. So there's been some supply issues because of a supplier in Chicago that shut down unexpectedly, and so either way, it sounds like tomorrow at least a good portion of that detour route will get treated. Depending on how much product they actually have, we may scale back until they can get more product, but just as a heads up on that. Otherwise, there's all sorts of stuff going behind the scenes, but that's what it impacts everybody when we're closing roads, so.
Thanks, Brian. I didn't forget anybody, did I? No?
Lori, out of 27,827 registered voters, 987 voted, 3.55%.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not very many, is it?
Was that even a whole percent? It was.
That's what it says on here.
Less than a percent.
Anybody have any correspondence?
I have none.
I have none. Okay, we'll move on. We have a request for assistance in obtaining a grant for the workforce housing tax credit. Would that be you, or you
Yeah.
state your name and address?
Yeah, John Mercer, my address is 9555 Gulf Course Road, Burlington, Iowa. Been Happy that the road got opened up over there. Yeah, so, yeah, I know Ryan spoke to everybody last week, or at the last week's meeting, I think. We're gonna be hopefully purchasing the Sundown Apartments. It's 56 units there off Memorial Park Road. And, we are seeking, the workforce housing tax credits to help offset some of those costs associated with renovating those units and, making it a little bit nicer out there.
What kind of assistance are you asking for?
So we just need the county support in our application for these workforce housing tax credits. This is a state program, it's been around for a little while. We've received 2 of these workforce housing tax credits in the past for projects. I mean, we're currently finishing the one next to Target. That was
You received workforce house tax credits from
the state.
Okay.
Yeah, we've received 2 of them in the past. We're currently finishing the project up next to Target. That was a workforce housing tax credit project. So the money's there from the state, so we hope to bring some of it to this community, so.
Okay, well, so there's no monetary thing?
Nothing additional from the
Burden to our
county,
taxpayers?
the money's already there, all we need is the support from, that's one of the criteria that we have to have in our application,
Okay.
is support.
letter of support or?
Yeah, letter of support from local government, or the resolution is sufficient, so.
Guess we will have to put something like that on for next week.
Yeah.
We'll have to put that on for next week then.
Do you have an example resolution from the other
Yeah, we've done them from the
applications that
city
you've done?
and stuff in the past, so yeah.
Could you send a copy to
Send
Sarah?
that to me.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. From the county,
Okay.
it's from the state.
Right, right. Yeah.
Okay, moving on for the System of Care Mental Health Wraparound Contract. This is for, hey Kathy, you're on that board, Shane, do you have anything to say about this, or do you agree with this?
Yeah, no, I've got no problems with that at all, just clean stuff up.
So, what do you want to do?
There's a lot of, yeah, I'm good with it.
You making a motion?
I move to approve.
Okay.
How about that? I'm sorry, I was trying to.
I'll
roll it.
second that. If Ken Hyman was here, he could give a little input on this, but it's between the counties involved and the state for the mental health system we do have.
And we've had some conversations about this already.
Yeah.
Shane Campbell,
Aye.
Jim Carrey.
Yes.
And I think the signature on that needs to be Tom's, so I can stamp that. I talked to him about it already.
Approval of the department letters appointment. The approval of department letters of appointments for fiscal year 24-25. Does anybody want me to read this list? Yeah, okay.
I wanted you to read that contract, really.
No, you
What's
didn't.
Maybe
I was
a
looking for
few-
something I could
maybe a
touch on. I'm like,
few details about the contract.
yeah.
You'll wait till public comment, I'm just gonna ask that question then.
You're gonna ask it then,
Yeah.
huh?
Or you can,
Well, this here's Des Moines County, for, Sarah, this is in your category, you wanna kind of explain
What, the
it?
DCAT or the
Yeah,
appointment
no,
letters? So,
Yeah.
that's everybody's fiscal year raise for July 1. They've all been added in the budget, so it's all been talked about prior to this. So this is just passing, everyone's appointment letters for their staff in their offices and for their fiscal year raise.
It's got the salary, what everybody makes the salary.
Yep.
You can be on file if you like.
Well, you usually publish salaries, don't you?
We published at the beginning of the year from the year prior, so yeah.
Motion to approve.
Second. Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Aye.
Jim Carrey,
Aye. Can we stamp these after?
you sure can,
After the meeting, there's a bunch up there to stamp.
that's fine.
Resolution and final plat for 2024-31.1 as addition of the Frank Timber subdivision. That would be you, Jared.
Yeah, so this is actually directly related to another subdivision, one lot, the original Frank Timber subdivision from a few months ago. Although this one actually is where most of the true timber ground is located. So that smaller subdivision, basically, we're at the corner of Mediapolis Road and Highway 99. There was a small acreage right by the road with a small farm field and a few ag buildings that was split off that the current owners are going to retain with the intention of selling this 40-acre piece to the west with the timber ground. So initially that was just going to be sold outright, but on a technicality there were some issues with the legal description of that property that the attorney wanted to have that cleaned up in terms of once that property is transferred, and so that to clean that up, it was newly surveyed, and that's what we're looking at here with this addition, this one lot subdivision here. So really not much going on in terms of just this. It's a mostly wooded property that's going to be sold, and as far as I can tell, the whoever's buying it, the intention is to keep it in the same as it is today. One unusual aspect of it is that there is a cemetery that's in the northern part of the property. It's separately owned, but it's surrounded by this property, and there's a one-way in and out driveway that crosses through this property. So when it was surveyed, it was the plat included just for formal future recognition. There is now an easement. An access easement that follows that driveway through Lot 2, and then there's also a small square-shaped easement area around an existing parking area for the cemetery that's technically on this property. So for the future, that continued access to the cemetery will be official on record as part of this. Only significant comment we got was pertaining to access. There happens to be another existing entrance way at the west end of the property. It's just used to get back into the timber on the other side of the creek. But because of site distance issues, the secondary roads indicated that they would not allow for a permit to upgrade that for residential. So they can continue using that access for recreational or agricultural purposes, but if again, as I understand it, they do not intend to build a house on this property, but if they were to someday, they would need to use one of those other entrances further to the east. And so that's why we've included that condition on the resolution, just in case that were to occur. And apart from that, we would recommend as submitted.
I move to approve.
Second. Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Aye.
Jim Carrey,
Yes. We will sign these after the meeting.
Sounds good, thank you.
Okay, moving on, we have a resolution terminating the 2080 agreement with Iowa Precinct Atlas. This is for the election equipment that we're getting new election equipment. The resolution says, whereas the Moines County Board of Supervisors has approved the purchase of new election equipment that requires a new program to be used, dated July 1st, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the Des Moines County Board of Supervisors hereby approves the termination of the 28E agreement between Des Moines County and Iowa Precinct Atlas Authority, dated July the 2nd, 2013.
I move to approve terminating the 2080 agreement.
Second. Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Aye.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. So we have accounts payable claims in the amount of $1,244,297.50.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Shane
Sarah?
McCampbell,
Aye.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. I missed Tom today. Tom does a lot better job. We have personnel action. We have one for local health and two for conservation. First one is Emily Price, CNA, it's resignation. This is the girl that we just put on here a couple weeks ago, so she's resigning.
I move to approve a resignation.
Second.
Shane McCampbell,
Aye.
Jim Carrey.
And the next. We have one for conservation here is Aaron Keough. Okay. It's a new hire, and he's gonna be a community outdoor recreational and educational specialist, seasonal part-time at $20 an hour.
I recommend to approve.
Second. Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Aye.
Jim Carrey.
Aye. Okay, we have reports. We have the Veterans Fair monthly reports for May 2024. These will be on file. In the auditor's office for reviewing at your own discretion. And we have the minutes from the regular meeting, May the 28th, 2024.
Motion to approve minutes.
Second, Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Aye.
Jim Carrey.
Aye. Okay. Is there any other business? Future agenda items? Angie, I was gonna ask you, on the future agenda items, have you ever, was you one time wanting to have another thing on the dog ordinance thing?
She did send us what she got corrected, so yeah, I guess we should, so we can make sure we get that voted in and that covered. But you know, we need to look also at some of our, people on the board, because it's been a while and a couple of them have dropped off, so.
Okay. Just let Sarah know when you're ready.
Okay.
Thank you. Committee reports.
I can't remember. It's a long week.
I did not have any, so that's easy for me to remember this week.
Yeah, I'll get back. I can't remember which one it was.
Okay, moving on then to public input. We'll give you 2 minutes to call in or email at board@dmcounty.com. That'd be board@dmcounty.com, or call 319-753-8203. 319-753-8203. We'll give you 2 minutes for that. Tracy, you have a
Yeah, I have a
question?
couple questions. So that contract, can you give just like a brief summary of what it is, or?
It just has to be, it has to be re-upped. It was for, between the counties is Jefferson County, Keokuk, Van Buren, Washington, and Des Moines. And, yeah, I
So
really.
it's like a contract of mental health care for families
So it's
with
provider.
youth.
Yeah.
However, we're the fiscal agent for all 13 counties, so we
Okay.
have to sign that.
Alright.
So it's a contract between all 13 counties.
Alright, but there's no money involved or
It's just
no-
redoing- yeah,
It's
it's
just
just-
this
we have to redo the
kind of
contract.
redoing that
everything.
It
consortium.
has, the state says you have to, the states, when they took mental health down, they joined all these regions together. So every time they get a new provider, they have to.
Okay, alright. So my next question, with the tax credit, support, does the county have any sort of, new housing production incentives like tax abatement, or is there a TIF district? He wants a letter, but if there's money out there that can be had, I would assume that would make his application stronger.
Yeah,
So does the county have any sort of
we don't have any.
policy or anything that, because I know the city does.
Yeah, obviously all the cities do, so they
Yeah.
don't do it. No county,
Okay.
Could I chime in real quick on that? I think, Ryan had sent a sample resolution email.
I think you're right.
And I think on a timeline, if that's possible, I don't know if it's possible to back up, but I think we do need support for that, because our application is due, here very soon, I think before the next meeting.
Oh,
I don't remember getting a copy of that.
well, I got it, and I forwarded it on to you.
The only thing I can say is we have to have a special meeting because we can't back up, so.
But you said that has to be in by when?
I think they're due prior to the next meeting.
What date?
I'm not sure, he's texting me right now.
I'm sorry, I find it, I'll never get it.
I might call him.
I don't have it right.
I was thinking we can do that without Brendan, do the meeting first.
Well, I haven't seen the resolution, we need to read the resolution.
I remember the letter we got the first time, and then I sent him an email asking if he wanted to be on the agenda, but I'm not seeing a resolution.
I haven't seen that.
Either way, it's gonna have to be a special meeting.
So,
So either way, it'll have to be at a different
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay, yeah, they're due.
I found it.
They're due this Monday at 4:30. Is the due date.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how to do that
Can
without.
you forward that to me?
Yeah.
you got.
Well, if we did do a special meeting, it'd have to be Friday. It wouldn't be only be tomorrow, because you have to do 24 hours.
Yeah.
Unless we do it tomorrow afternoon.
Is Tommy gonna be back on Friday?
I don't know.
Well, even still,
Well, it doesn't make any difference, there's two of us here, so.
yeah,
But,
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that if you wanna do
Like
that.
tomorrow
Have a-
afternoon or Friday?
Either one, whatever works for Jimmy, but yeah, let's get that in.
What works
Appreciate that.
better for you guys?
I'll make
Whatever
it
works
work.
for Jimmy, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll make it work.
Okay. I'll be in touch.
Thank you, yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, just for future reference, make sure somebody knows that something's on a deadline, and maybe
Well-
somebody did, and I just, we just didn't catch it.
Sure,
the letter,
sure,
but-
no, apologize about that.
I
yeah.
think Ryan was
I
here
think
last
they
week
were under the impression there was,
at the meeting to kind of
Different.
talk about.
He was, but I don't remember him saying, well, it's gotta be in,
Yeah.
I don't remember him saying that, he may have.
Anyways,
I
appreciate you
did
doing a
forward that
special
to you,
meeting
so-
for that, yeah.
We'll find a way to get it squared.
Thank you.
For Thursday, you say?
we could do tomorrow afternoon.
Whatever works for you, Jimmy, I'm
We
good.
could do something tomorrow afternoon, because I could post it after this meeting,
Okay,
or we could do Friday.
let's go ahead and do it tomorrow afternoon.
What time tomorrow afternoon?
Is that gonna give us a full 24 hours?
Yeah.
Good.
24, supposed to have this meeting and be before noon.
You let me know, Jimmy, I'm here.
1
So
o'clock?
Well,
1 o'clock?
All right.
does that work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make it work.
Okay.
Okay, I think 2 minutes are up. Did you get an email over there? No, okay.
No.
So, with an aye, we're out of here.
Aye.
Aye. We have a work session with the county engineer, so